Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to our channel, and I hope you're well from wherever you're watching us. We'd like to go straight to Uhuru's final nail on Ruto's coffin. I know you're wondering, Uhuru's final nail on Ruto's coffin. You must have noticed that Uhuru has been on a charm offensive trying to rally support for Raila Amolo Odinga. Previously, Musalia Mudavadi had actually attacked Raila Amolo Odinga, telling him that, look, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has abandoned you. Now yule mzee wa kitandawili ameachwa na rais. So, we've known Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to being a president who does not like responding to attacks on a real-time basis. So Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta always kept quiet. But then the recent game plan has actually made it clear to the public that Uhuru is solely behind Raila Amolo Odinga. Let me support my point. When Uhuru attended the Akorino conference that was actually attended by also Raila Amolo Odinga and Martha Karua, his running mate, in that meeting, Uhuru directly talked to the Akorino community and told them to rally their support behind Raila Amolo Odinga. Then, on the same note, Uhuru told the Akorino community that they would benefit immensely on Raila's government. Now, of course, that came with some goodies. There was a point or a time whereby now Uhuru dished out a plot for the Akorino community. Then a job was given to one of the Akorino community members and a whole lot of other goodies. Now, that was a way of softening the hearts of the Akorino community to all support Raila Amolo Odinga. That notwithstanding, there was another event. Now, this particular event, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta also used that event to attack the deputy president directly. I think you must have heard the mwe, when Uhuru said, watu wengine ni mwe, he meant that, William Samoei Ruto is a leader who is fond of just talking and doing very little and always giving promises that he can't keep. Dear viewers, a person of the caliber of a president is not someone you can just, wish away like that. Everything the president says is always taken very, very seriously. And sometimes some people believe there is a secret that the president knows about William Samoei Ruto that we Kenyans do not know. And perhaps that's why he is fully behind Raila Amolo Odinga. And now it's evident that he is not backing down on his preferred succession. Okay, history has it that most of the time presidents front their successors, but then they don't succeed in their quest to actually to front they don't succeed in their mission. Let's talk about Barack Obama. Barack Obama fronted Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton did not win. The winning went to Donald Trump. So Barack Obama failed in his quest to successfully front Hillary Clinton for the president's job. In 2002, Moi fronted Uhuru Kenyatta. Again, his mission failed because Moi's mission was to actually have Uhuru Kenyatta become the president, someone who's going to inherit him. He failed. So, Musalia Mudavadi and the likes of Kipchumba Murkomen and Wamatangi and the like, they believe that Uhuru's succession politics will backfire terribly. William Ruto believes that even if there is a deep state, the deep state will not work in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga. William Ruto believes that he will beat Raila thoroughly during the elections. Because he says that I'm the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Nobody knows the deep state better than I. So I think, however, I think that is chest stamping in a way, but I think Ruto has a point, because of course the secrets, some of those secrets, the deep state secrets, he actually is privy to them. So there was another event at Mwiki, and you remember in Mwiki something terrible, or rather something very bizarre happened. Sonko reunited with the president after a very long time. You remember there's a time when Sonko and the president used to not see eye to eye, the attack and the NMS and everything, the impeachment. This Sonko blamed it on the deep state. But this event in Mwiki showed a different picture, because the president was actually unveiling the hospital that was actually the hospital project in Mwiki. So during the unveiling, Governor Sonko took a chance to praise the president, and even, so there were a lot of praises that he actually showered on the president, telling the president, you've actually delivered, and that people should strictly vote Azimio candidates only. That was a message from Governor Sonko. Babu Owino was also in attendance. So the reunion was with Babu Owino, Governor Sonko, and the president. That was a strong message to the people of Kenya that all was going to be well. And mind you, this reunion came after a day when Igathe had a debate with Sakaja, but again it's believed that Sakaja could have won that debate. But again, it could be that Sonko was actually called to come and campaign on behalf of Igathe, because Governor Sonko has always had a massive following in Nairobi County. The votes he got surpassed the votes that the president got back then. So Governor Sonko is not someone you can just wish away like that. He has a massive following in Nairobi. So I think Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, because Igathe is actually his choice of a governor. So Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta would like to have Igathe get this governorship position. But then Uhuru could have realized that we need an extra manpower, someone to actually push this. So I think that's why Governor Sonko was called. And probably that event was the best place to actually do these indirect campaigns for Igathe. In Samburu County, the president went there still in his game plan. He went to Samburu County and promised Samburu residents. By the way, Samburu County is recently was a place. I think this is the place where Raila got some. It wasn't friendly for Raila. The tour was not successful because there was a lot of chaos in that place. But Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta knew that since Ruto had made inroads into the place, he had to go back there and undo these gains, so that these gains could be in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga. I know you remember during that rally, the president said, my preferred successor is Raila Amolo Odinga. The person to continue with my legacy is Raila Amolo Odinga. Meaning, if I'm giving you people the title deeds, then if you want this to continue, because he said that initially there were like less than 16 people who had title deeds, but now he has dished out thousands of title deeds, and he equated that to around 80 billion shillings. So it's told the people that if you want this to continue, then you need to vote in Raila Amolo Odinga, who is my preferred presidential candidate. So that's why, dear ladies and gentlemen, let's look at this. The president is merely campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga, but making sure that every time he goes to campaign, he leaves something tangible to the people. When the Tifa Post released their findings, it put Raila Amolo Odinga ahead with around 42%. And Ruto was at around 39%. So the margin was around 3%. That means should election be handled today, then Raila will win. but they will not be around a winner in round 1. So that means they will be around 2. When Infotrack released their polls, they almost had the same gap. Put Raila at 43. So both of these findings had undecided voters of around 10% and 5% for those who did not participate, leaving the number to 15%. Now, the game plan of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is to actually capitalize on these undecided votes, bring them into Azimio's voter basket. Because the 15%, if split by 2, gives 7.575. Assuming now Ruto gets 7.5 extra and Raila gets 7.5. Now, if you take 7.5, add it to 43, you have 50.5. If you take 7.5, add to 39, you have 46.5. So that means if this is to successfully play out, then Raila Amolo Odinga is likely to win in round 1, because Raila might have 50.5% of the votes, while Ruto might have 46.5% of those votes. Of course, the rest of the votes will go to Wajakoya and the other presidential candidate. Now, viewers, as we come to the end of our analysis, I tend to believe that going forward, the road will be rough for William Samoei Ruto because of the direct involvement of the president in these campaigns. Now, and if you're a first-time viewer, please just do take your time and subscribe. But if you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad that you've been coming back to our channel. And once again, I'd like to say, be blessed.